Just firstly on fans, obviously Ross County have been a club who have been able to trial fans back in the stadium, and it looks like that won't be the case going forward now for all clubs in Britain. How big a blow do you feel that is, given that Ross County have been a very proactive club?
Listen, it's natural that it's a disappointment. We all hear the news yesterday and we kind of build a picture of what might be coming for the next few weeks. And I think just when you see that wee bit of light at the end of the tunnel, having 300 fans in here and having them at Pittodrie, I think we were all hopeful that we could try and take that on a few levels and maybe increase the numbers. So naturally, it's disappointing. I would love to see people in the ground here again at the weekend, and we know that there's a massive enthusiasm for the supporters to be back in grounds, but I think, again, we have to be respectful of the situation. We all deal in this world of football, and that's a priority for most of us, and trying to see how we can function in the world of football. But I did say way back in March when this all began that we have to be very, very respectful of the whole situation. So understand it and be disappointed if that's the case going forward. I know it's a very diplomatic answer, but it is the correct answer as far as I'm concerned. And then hopefully if we can stem the tide a wee bit here. I'd watched the briefing last night like most of us will have done, and hopefully if we can stem the tide a little bit, then we sort of know how this whole situation works, and I would hope that if that's the case and there is progression in the coming weeks or months, then the scenario of trying to get supporters back into the ground maybe wouldn't be as big a one, because we feel as if we've got a decent blueprint for it, and I think most other clubs will have now as well. So you would hope that we could pick that up and run with it again, given the opportunity.
When you look at what this club's done, when you speak to Roy, when you speak to Stephen, have you budgeted for having fans back in this season, given the successful trial and the encouraging signs just, say, a couple of weeks ago, a month ago?
Again, I think it's a really good question, Luke, and one that I'm very, very clear on. Again, we were very proactive back in March, April. We were really, really proactive in kind of where we were seeing a situation going. We sort of had a plan A, B and C. And I'll be honest with you, plan A was that there wasn't going to be any supporters in the ground. That was kind of how we budgeted. That was kind of how we'd seen it. And anything else that come on top of that was always going to be a bonus for us. I know that's a very pessimistic view, but at the time we felt it was a realistic view. And obviously as the months and weeks have went on, it started to show signs of improvement. But I think always in the back of your mind, we kind of felt that we had to be aware of what the situation was and how that could change in a matter of days or weeks, as it has done. So from our point of view, we feel as if, not that we're comfortable with it, but in terms of us functioning as a football club, we feel we're comfortable in the sense that there aren't any supporters coming in the near future, certainly, and I think that we're sort of braced for that.
Stuart, do you fear for Scottish football as a whole because of this? I know you say that Ross County in particular have got this plan, but for certain clubs, can you see that some clubs might not come through this if fans can't come back?
Again, yes. I think just by being I'm sure you guys have spoke to me enough. I think you know my passion for football in general, but for Scottish football in particular. I'm a huge advocate. I want to see every club. I said this way back as well, so I'm covering old ground that I've used before. I wanted to see all clubs survive this situation. I wasn't talking about reducing clubs or accepting that we may lose a few. I think it was about us all trying to work together to see if we could get through a horrendous situation. And my stance hasn't changed on that. I do, however, believe that it was important that clubs looked into the sense that this could have come. You know, we've spoke for many a month that there could be a second wave and this could develop into a situation. So far be it for me to tell clubs how to budget and how to operate financially, but I think that we all had to have this in the back of our mind, therefore not overspend and live out with our means, so to speak. And again, that's probably how I see the situation.